Hey, good afternoon, Adam. A quick demo video for you for your Korbanth Darksaber, and I've got your blade as well. This has a custom switch, as you know, by my friend Robert Sotomayor over at Sorok Sabers. He custom machined me an aluminum switch. The plastic switch was broken as soon as I got this, and I couldn't use it. I reached out to Korbanth for a replacement. I got the impression I was getting a little bit of the runaround, so I just reached out to my buddy after talking to you and had him machine one. And this is pretty sweet. So hopefully you like that. This is installed the Proffie. How you want to get to the chassis is you have to take off the pommel. So your kit comes with an Allen key. You want to take that off right there. So we'll do that right now. It's a two-piece thing. So when you take it off, just kind of be careful with it. But once you take that off, you can pull this out just like that. You will see in here your chassis, one piece of it anyway. That piece right there is for your thumb. Before you pull your chassis out, what you want to do is come over here and unscrew this just a tad. So this is custom, so it's going to take a little something different, right? But you want to take your aluminum switch and just kind of unscrew a few threads. And then this doesn't have a spring in it. So what you want to do is hold it upside down so gravity drops that switch down. You can come over here and you can pull your chassis right out. Just like that. So you have to remember those two things, okay? When taking the chassis out or when putting it in, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. First, unscrew this a few threads and then flip it upside down and let gravity drop that plunger down just like that. All right? So once we got that out of the way, got your chassis right here. Smuggler's Outpost 28mm Elite. And then you have the PCB that came with the saber because it's proprietary to the blade. Your Proffie board right here. Access to your micro USB easy enough, but the board is E6000 down in the shelf. So to get to your SD card, you will need to pop that up carefully. Okay, but I did get your sound fonts on there, so you're good to go. A removable battery setup, and then you have a kill switch right here. All right. So there is a certain way to put the battery in as well. So I'm going to send this battery. It has a sticker off. If you get any batteries for this guy, take the stickers off. All right. And then it may be hard to see on camera. It is sometimes on my camera. But when you get this in person, you'll notice under the wrapping, there's a metal strip that goes from one side of the battery to the other. It goes all the way, it's the entire length of the battery. All right. When you put that in, I'll put it in and show you. It's easier. You want that metal strip right there in the middle. Running right along there, right in the middle. Okay, you can kind of see it right there in the light. If you have it off to the side or if you have it in the chassis, it makes the chassis super tough to put in and out. But if you have it right there, it will slide out every time. All right. So we're going to take your saber, again, flip it upside down so that plunger switch right there, you can see it kind of falls out with gravity. Okay. That's our tactile switch on our chassis, so we want to make sure that's on the same side as our plunger. Throw this all the way in. Oh, forgot to flip the kill switch. So we'll flip the kill switch. Everything's good there. Now we'll go ahead and we will slide this all the way in. All right, you can come over here, push it all the way in until it stops, and then we can flip this back around and we'll screw down our plunger. You can screw it down all the way. All right. We'll take our pommel and we'll screw it back on. There's a little bit of assembly and disassembly to this saber, but it's really cool once it's all done, and it doesn't take long. If I wasn't sitting here talking through everything that I'm doing, it wouldn't take long at all. All right. Now we got that screwed on. Activation. Sounds really nice. And I gave you twist off. So to put a blade in here, this comes with two different sets of screws. One set of screws, there are 4 screws each. So one set will go in here and they'll thread into this emitter. That's not for your blade. That's just for show. When you want to use your actual blade, you're going to have to use the longer set of screws. They go right through the emitter. They do not thread in, so they'll fall out. All right. What they do is they thread into your blade. So your blade only goes in one way, just like this. All right. And then we need to come through and put that longer set of 4 screws in. I think for the demo, I'm just going to do 2 because I'm not going to swing this super tough. But you will want to use all 4 depending on how you want to use this guy. I'm actually probably only going to use 1 set screw. What I have noticed on these sabers, and this isn't the first one, is that the holes in the emitter don't quite line up to the holes in the blade. Now they're very close, so if you get after it a little bit, you can get those set screws to go inside of those coils in the blade, okay? But they're just a tad off. All right, so you just work it a little bit and you'll get it. But anyway, we got the blade in. Come over here and hit power. Blade lock up. You can do a double tap for sound or for soundtracks. Another double tap to turn it off. And then a long press to change sound fonts.
The child.
So you got good flash on flash. Nice blade lock up.
It is the Darksaber.
I put a fire blade on here just to, I wanted some different types of lighting in the blade for the demo to show you that everything was working well. Obviously this isn't a good Darksaber blade, but this is a good representation of all the LEDs in the blade working properly. All right, so that's why we did that. It's like that, and we'll go ahead and we'll take the blade out. If you want me to send you a copy of the config, I can. It's on the SD card, but if you would rather have me send it so that you can make changes and not have to lift the board up, and you can just throw the programming right into this Proffie board, I'll definitely send that to you in a private message. All right. But once we're all done, we'll just take that out. Again, we'll have to come over here and take the pommel out, but before we do that, I'm just going to unscrew this a few threads so I don't forget it. You don't have to take it all the way out. And then we'll come over here and take the pommel out. Again, flipping this upside down, and then come over here and grabbing your chassis. A little bit tougher with the battery in, but it comes out just fine. All right, and then you should be able to come over here. Well, we'll turn it on real quick. So you can see the kill switch works, just like that. And then from the positive side over by the speaker, you should be able to pop it out with your finger, just like that. So that is basically your Darksaber. Thank you a lot for your patience while I was getting this done. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, I will package this guy out and I'll get it all out to you Monday. All right, thanks.